The storyteller shares tormenting individual encounters, zeroing in on a chilling experience during a late-night investigation of Operation Schnabel Park. Residing in a humble home with their sweetheart, they ponder their energy for metropolitan investigating and tormented places while wrestling with the waiting impacts of dread from previous occasions. During their senior year in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, the storyteller and companion Clarissa wandered into Operation Schnabel Park at 3 a.m. In spite of its picturesque excellence, the recreation area held a dull history of viciousness, including murders, adding a ghostly pressure to their late-night investigation and making way for disrupting encounters. As they entered Operation Schnabel Park, an agitating climate wrapped them. Out of nowhere, a frightful woodwind song reverberated through the forest, setting off Clarissa's trepidation. Their endeavors to find its source were intruded on by stirring sounds and a quick hint of a concealed substance, provoking a hysterical retreat back to the principal trail. Considering the scary woodwind sound and the unidentifiable presence during their late-night investigation, the storyteller wrestles with the disrupting idea of the experience. The unpleasant song appeared to reverberate on a more profound, potentially otherworldly level, leaving them both interested and terrified. This experience cemented their choice to stay away from the forest around evening time from here on out, figuring out that a few spots, in spite of their charm, harbor obscure risks that can bring out dread and disquiet. Presently matured 20, the storyteller functions as a drugstore professional in a clinic, exploring a requesting timetable of night moves that takes a huge mental cost. The extended periods of time lead to battles with a sleeping disorder, exacerbated by the power of the gig. During a visit to his better half's auntie's home, the storyteller expects rest, however, ends up fighting weariness. Eventually incapable to rest in the wake of being conscious for a drawn-out period, further enhancing his exhaustion. At work, the storyteller encounters disrupting events, starting with a transitory experience with a secretive figure in the medical procedure room. As lack of sleep sets in, visualizations obscure the line among the real world and creative mind, elevating tension. In the midst of this confusion, the storyteller recognizes an elderly person meandering the clinic, his shocking presence heightening the sensation of disquiet. These odd occurrences make an eerie climate, leaving the storyteller scrutinizing their hold on reality during the long, forlorn night shifts. Residing with her beau in an unobtrusive house, the storyteller encounters disquiet when the doorbell rings late around evening time. In the wake of announcing the agitating occurrence to the police, she feels distress because of their pompous demeanor. This communication heightens her uneasiness, leaving her anxious in her own home. Subsequent to getting back from a party, the storyteller finds the cellar entryway partially open, sending a flood of frenzy. Hearing a voice exuding from the obscurity beneath elevates her trepidation. At the point when the police show up briefly check, their disposition shifts, mirroring a recently discovered reality as they research the disrupting circumstance. The storyteller learns important examples about home security, understanding the requirement for carefulness and assurance. Progressing sensations of disquiet and waiting PTSD from disrupting encounters weigh vigorously at the forefront of her thoughts. At last, these experiences altogether influence her own prosperity, reshaping her feeling that everything is safe and secure and comfort inside her own home.